Recording in progress. Great. And I need to spotlight. Great. All right, we are ready to roll. So welcome everybody. I will start out. We have some new people in class, or new person at least, which always makes me happy. But I always like to start out with the same spiel because I think it's easy for many of us to forget, especially in a group environment. We look for external cues. What's everybody else doing? And I want to do that. And this class is very different, where you're invited to turn your attention inward. How are you feeling? How might you want to modify the movement to best suit your body, your energy, your needs? And so, as always, I'm just giving general suggestions of what to do, and then it's really up to you to alter to your own experience, body, spine, back, knees, legs, energy, all of that jazz. And so I often start out seated and then often move, hi Jean, move to standing and then kind of alternate from there. Some people do the whole class seated. Some people like to do the whole class standing. It's your class, so do what works for you. And I don't have my show and tell, but if you will imagine a big symbol, a big circle with the swoosh down the middle, half of it's black, half of it's white, the yin yang, the Tai Chi symbol. That's kind of how I pattern my classes. And so the yang is the white, it's the bright sunshine, it's the middle of the day, it's the activity, it's the movement and stretching. And then the yin, the dark, is the quiet, is the nighttime, is the inner, it's the meditation. And so for health, we need both of those. We need the activity and we need that deep restoration. And so I like for you to experience it, to be able to switch back and forth. In our society, we kind of honor the go, 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 and don't honor so much the resting, the quiet. And so I like for you to experience both. And so two more people to let in here. Okay, Santa Cruz is in the house. Excellent. Nice to see you guys. All right, so let's start out with a little inner meditative, just a chance to kind of check in. Many times, I don't know about you, but many times this is the first time when I do this where I've actually checked in with myself. How am I doing, right? So let's start out, before we settle in and do that, let's fluff it up a little bit and just move your body. If you want to just stand up, you can, and just move your spine or back and just move in any way that feels good to you. And many times this is the first time during the day that I kind of go, oh, you know what, my shoulder's a little tight, or oh, you know what, I haven't taken a deep breath in a while. So just move. Movement is medicine. I love all the movement I'm seeing out there, and this is such a good habit. If you're ever feeling tired, if you're ever feeling down, don't know why, just move and kind of recalibrate. I like that one. That's a good one. Kind of in a chair, just pulling your legs up. That's great. Y'all are experts. All right. So this next part, we're going to do a little body scan. We're going to scan our emotions. We'll scan our mind. So if you want to sit for this part, you're welcome to sit for this part. If you want to stand for this part, you're welcome to stand for this part. If you are going to stand, I'll just give you a few tips on how to stand. You want to have your feet under your hips in line with your shoulders. And then you want to kind of rock back and forward and back, and then find that midpoint where you really have contact with the ground with as much of your feet as possible. And then relax your pelvis so you're not arching your back, you're not tucking your pelvis under. It's just that soft point, and then arms are just kind of dangling at your side, and then crown of your head is reaching. And so if you are sitting, same thing applies with your feet, as much of your feet touching the floor as possible. And then spine loose, not tensing anywhere, jaw relaxed, crown of the head just lightly lifting up. And so in a posture like this, you should be able to stand for quite a bit of time or sit for quite a bit of time. Free flow of blood and chi. And so let's just do a body scan and notice what we notice. Is there tension? Is there a temperature? Is anything hot or cold? Is the left side the same as the right side? We're just noticing what we notice, starting at the top of our heads, coming down to our forehead and eyes and jaw, neck, shoulders, coming down the arms, elbows, wrists, and hands. Pay special attention to the hands, front of the hands, the palm of the hand, the back of the hand. Noticing what you notice. Coming back to your midline from the base of your skull, down the spine, in between the shoulder blades. Is there tension there? Coming to the mid back and the low back, all the way down to the sacrum. Really feeling into your spine. And now coming to the front of your body, your chest area. Take a long, slow, deep inhale. How does that feel? Exhaling. Is the breath easy? Is it flowing? Does it feel stuck or difficult? Coming down to your solar plexus and abdomen, intestines. Now really feel the weight of your body on the chair. Come down to your legs, knees, ankles, shins, and feet. Bottom of the feet making contact with the ground, investigating your toes and the top of the foot. And now coming to the area of your heart, chest. This is often we're called the storehouse of emotions. Just take another slow, deep inhale. Notice what you notice. Exhaling, letting go. And just invite you to investigate your emotions. Is anything present? You feeling calm, peaceful? Are there waves of irritation or anxiety? Are you feeling just kind of exhausted? Anything in between. Sadness, confusion, equanimity. We're just noticing. And then coming to your thought patterns. Are they going round and round? Are you focused on one thing or just overwhelmed by a lot of thoughts, or just feeling grounded, reflective? And now putting that all together, body, mind, breath, emotions, into a snapshot. And we'll do some Qigong and then come back and check on it in a little bit. So invite you to bring your attention back to this room. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Relax your jaw a little bit. So we're going to do some breathing with some movement. You may be familiar. Is anybody familiar with the square breath? You breathe for 4, you hold for 4, you breathe for 4, you hold for 4. We're going to do a variation of that, but with movement. So you can do this seated or standing, but it's a way of just bringing your attention into the moment and specifically concentrating on your breath. So seated or standing, hands are facing up, and the basic movement is coming up the midline, inhaling, and then pausing at the top and holding, and then coming down the midline, exhaling, and then pausing at the bottom. So I'm going to count it out for you. And if my counting doesn't work for you, breath is a very personal thing, so I want you to be very comfortable. So if you have a different rhythm, just try to alter the rhythm. I'm going to count to 4, but if it's better for you to go a little faster, go a little faster. If it's better to go a little slower, go a little slower. But we can just start out with this and see how this feels. So hands facing up. So we're going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. One more time. And just resort to normal breathing and notice how that affected you. If you are feeling, like the clouds parted, I'm feeling a little more energy, that's a very good breath for you to remember. It's something you can do just on your own. If you're feeling crummy or a little more anxious or something, then that's not your breath. There might be another breathing pattern that would work for you. And so it is very personal. We're all wired a little differently. So it's always that awareness. Do a breathing exercise. How do I feel? Do I feel a little better? Oh, let me do that one again. And if you feel not so great, then that's not the one for you. Do something else. So I'm going to ask you to check in with yourself. I'm feeling like I've just been sitting a lot this afternoon, so my body's going, I want to stand up. So you check in with your body. Do you want to do this next part standing up, or are you feeling that you'd be better seated? So whatever is good for you, do that. Now, I'm also already feeling kind of warm. Qigong tends to do that to me, so I will take this off and move this out of the way. So we are going to do some healing sounds now. For those of you that are regulars in the class, we've done this before. I call this shaking off stress. And so we're going to just start, number 1, by shaking. And so I'm going to invite you to start with your hands, but also if you if you're standing, you can kind of bounce your knees, and then you can also, I'm looking around, I see people bouncing on their chairs, so you can do that too. And then we're going to inhale through our nose, and we'll make the heart sound as we exhale. You just follow me. So inhale, and then and we'll do that a few times. And one more time. All right, hands out to the side, and we're gonna do the liver sound, which is shh. So inhale. Two more times with that. And one more time with that. And last one, hands up here like you're at a rock concert. Just let it out. It's fun to be silly and laugh and wave your hand. Ah, great. All right, so now we've kind of reset the nervous system, and so we'll do some pulling down of the energy. We kind of got the energy flowing, and now we always want to return it here, and so we'll pull it down. So we dip into the earth, we dip into the sky, and then shoo, and we'll just do that a whole bunch of times. Shoo, and let's change to he. And keep going. Three more times. Okay. Mark, Joy was just drinking out of your water, just so you're aware. We have a little doggy in class who I just looked over and was drinking somebody's water. She's a dog, she's feeling good. So let's do a little warming up of the joints. So we'll start with our hands, warming up those fingers. You can do one at a time, kind of fun. And now catch just anywhere you want. Good for the brain, go across the body and just have fun with it. We need to lighten up a little bit. Breathe, make some noise. All right, and circles, opening up those wrists, and other direction. And tried it with this, notice I'm not moving my elbows. My elbows are staying in the same place. If you're going really fast, go a little slower and see if you can make a really big circle with the wrist. Now, fists come together like this and elbows are out. And now we move the elbows. So shoulders are not moving. Shoulders are relaxed and down, but we're moving our elbows, and then other direction. Hands come down, and now take your left hand and make as big a circle as you can. And I could go like this and use the momentum, but instead I'm asking you to be really slow and mindful and just see how that feels. And now go the other way. Ooh, that one's harder. Fighting gravity. And one more with this one. And just with that little simple exercise, pay attention now. Check in with that shoulder we just moved. And now feel into your other shoulder. And just for me, a little bit of movement with the shoulder. I just feel it. It's like a little warmer, a little tingly. And this one is just a little like asleep. And so let's try to do that one. So you're going to take your right hand, go across the body, up and around. And you'll notice at the top, I'm not straightening I'm not really stretching, but I'm not bending my elbow either. And so my arm is pretty straight. A few more times. And one more big circle. And reverse. And notice where else do you feel this movement in your body? For me, I'm noticing kind of my low back a little bit. Doesn't feel good or bad, I'm just noticing a little sensation there. And now, for fun, let's do both at the same time. So hands come out, and now arms are gonna come down and up and around and down. And now if you can remember which way you crossed, cross the opposite way. Little brain arithmetics. Oh, that feels like a traffic jam, doesn't it? It's like cross the first way and then the second way. And now I'm going to invite you, so this that we're doing right now is really warming up. It's very physical, the joints, but as we did at the beginning, we checked in body, mind, emotion, and breath. There's an energetic exercise that we do in Qigong where we just watch me before you do it, where we cross, and then I'm imagining myself surrounded in a golden bubble. It's kind of like my own personal protection shield. And so if you'd like to add that dimension, the first one was like this with my arms straight. With this one, my wrists cross and then come up, and then I'm just imagining golden sparkles coming out all around me. So inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down. And you can get your spine into it a little bit, bend over and up. And then next time you come to the top here, turn to one side, and then one arm's gonna go in front and one arm's gonna go behind, coming back to the center. And those of you in chairs, I like how you're improvising and making it work. And one last one to the center. Doesn't that feel nice, kind of clearing the space and filling it with beneficial energy? So we started getting into our spine a little bit with that one. So we will continue with that. And so you do this one seated or standing. If you're seated, you're just gonna simply lean forward and chin will stay up. If you are standing, your hips are gonna glide back as a counterbalance to your head. And this is not, I'm not trying to touch my toes. I'm actually really trying to just mobilize my spine. And so it's kind of a small movement. So head's gonna come forward, hips glide back, and keep my eyes on the horizon. So chin stays up, tuck, round, tucking, rounding my lower back, rounding my shoulders, and then slowly coming up. So we exhale down, drop that chin, tuck and round, inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. And let's add the heart healing sound. one more time. And now we're going to go to the side. So I'm going to turn around so you can see me. So seated or standing, we're going to go to the right here, and that's going to this is where your liver is, under the right rib cage. Go ahead and pat on your liver for a moment. Liver and gallbladder. Oh, that feels good. And now we're going to do that same movement, but we're going to crunch that side a little bit and then tuck and round up. So it's massaging those internal organs. And then we'll do the liver sound, which is shh. So as we go down, ready? Inhaling up. Letting go of any impatience, frustrations. 2 more times. And last one. Great. And now we'll go to the other side, and that's where our pancreas and spleen and stomach are, and that holds our worries. And so the healing sound for that is, oh. Okay, join me. Oh. Releasing on the exhale. One more time. And coming back to center. And then now just doing some twisting. If you're in a chair, just be creative so you don't whack your arms. And if you're standing, turning from the hips and the waist. And activating those pressure points and twisting that spine. And slowing down and slowing down. So now we're gonna do our, we've done our arms, we've done our whole spine. With this, we've gotten into our hips. So now we're gonna do our knees. And so you can, the simple move, I'm just gonna use this chair as a little balance if I need to. You can also just do this sitting down, just kicking out and coming back, and kicking out and coming back. If you want to work on your balance and be a little tippy-toppy, try to do it with no hands, but just make sure you have something right there in case you need it. So we'll do a few on one side and then move over to the other side, activating that knee. And then we'll go back to the first and do some ankle circles. Notice I'm a little tippy on this ankle, and that's good. It's good to challenge it. Go to the other one. And other side. Great. All right. So we're just going to do one last kind of activation, and then we'll do a little check-in and see how we're doing. So interlace your fingers together, and thumbs are crossing like that, and index fingers coming up. If you are seated or standing, have your feet relatively close together, and then we're gonna inhale up and touch the sky, reach that bright sunshine. And then we're gonna exhale down, hands come to the back of the head. And if you're standing, knees bend. And we just go back and forth like that. Inhaling up, exhaling down, merging heaven and earth. And one more time. And back up. And now we're going to go back to where we started with the scan. So if you're standing, resume your standing stance. If you want to do this seated, get into a solid seated position, feet on the floor, spine upright. Hands can be anywhere that is comfortable for you. And I invite you to turn your attention inward and do a body scan, starting at the top and working your way down. And I'll be quiet now as you do that. And just noticing what you notice, what's changed, what's stayed the same, is anything new? Taking a long, slow, deep inhale, noticing how that is. Coming to your area of your heart center here in the chest, checking your emotions. Paying special attention to where you might feel that in the body. And tuning into your thought patterns. What's changed? What's stayed the same? And another deep breath. And bringing your attention back to the room, moving your arms and legs. So for this last part of class, now we will move. I always spend the first part of class, even if I'm teaching a really short class, like a 20-minute class, I would do this same format where we kind of activate our breath, be really intentional, kind of activate the chi in the body, do some releasing, and then for the next part will be more intended to be more harmonizing, balancing, restorative. And so very often for the first part of class, we're breathing through our nose and then exhaling through the mouth, making the healing noises. For the restorative part, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. If that's comfortable for you, you can always revert to whatever is comfortable for you. But the idea is that kind of breathing is when we get stressed, we tend to mouth breathe. And so if we want to calm our nervous system, we move a little slower. We breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. So for this next part of class, that will be my guidance, but as always, do what works for you. So we're gonna do our 5 element flows. Check in with your body. Do you wanna do these seated? Do you wanna do those standing? Whatever feels good for you. I'm ready to stand again. So we'll start out with the metal element, which is housed in our lungs. And so hands are at the level of the top part of your lungs. They're facing down. And we're gonna inhale out, and then hands turn over, and index finger and thumb join, and then we exhale and sink the chest a little bit, round those shoulders. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. And on this next one, see if you can go a little bit further as your hands come back, just so it's a stretch of that pectoralis muscle. And then sinking the chest and opening the back of the lungs. So inhaling, opening, exhaling, opening the back of the lungs. And let's slow it down a little bit. When we slow our movements down, our mind can slow down. And I invite you to drop your hands a little bit, and your lungs come all the way down to that. Find the bottom of your rib cage there for a moment. Your lungs start here at your collarbone and then fill your whole rib cage. So now hands are at the bottom of the lungs, and we'll do that same movement. Inhaling, see if you can bring it deep down. Exhaling. Gentle inhale through the nose and gentle exhale through the nose. And one more time. And hands on the cloud, coming down. We move to the water element. And so for many of these, trace the meridians on the body. You'll hear me say that. It's the map of the acupuncture points. And so this next one is the kidney meridian that is the master of the water element. So it starts on the bottom of the feet, comes up on the inside of the ankle, comes up the inner legs, and then goes to your sacrum, up the spine, and then the last point is right here on the sternum. So we're basically tracing that meridian. And so head is gonna come forward, back of the hands come together. Energetically put your attention on the bottom of your feet, and now inhale up your legs, up your spine. And when you get right here, your elbows don't move now, you just go out and around. So it's not this, your hands are not above your head. So let's do that again. Back of the hands, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. And this is being the water element. You can make this as flowy as you like. Hands are relaxed, spine is undulating. Drinking in that deep, watery energy deep into your bones. And just turn your attention inward. You can soften your eyes and quiet your breath. And just feel where you feel the energy flowing. Feel your connection with the earth. Feel that deep nourishment in every cell of your body. Three more times, floating up, floating out and around. Last time. And just notice how you feel after that, going with the flow. See if you can feel that in your body. So now we move to the wood element, which is similar to the last movement, but it's different. So same, different. And so our hands are gonna face each other, and we're gonna turn from our hips and our waist, whether you're sitting or standing, and we go on one side of the body and the other side of the body. And so now we are tracing the liver meridian, which starts on the big toe, comes up the leg, comes up the side of the body, and now hands continue up the neck, through the eyes to the brain. When we're here in this ballerina position, now we turn center, and now arms go out far and wide. Hands facing each other, turning to your right, inhaling through the nose, keep going, out through the nose, exhaling all the way down. So this flowing movement is called tree sways in the wind. And so feeling your roots anchoring you down to the earth, your legs turn into straws, drawing up that earth energy, and then your branches go far and wide, generously offering shade, flowing with the wind. In through the nose, out through the nose. And try to make your inhale last all the way up. Slight pause, and then your exhale all the way down. And one more to each side. Now we're going to do a standing or sitting pose. It's up to you. We're going to hold this. I'll go through the mechanics, and then we're going to hold this for about a minute. If the basic pose looks like this, and you can easily do it seated. If your arms get tired, continue the inner meditation, but just let your arms come down. And so this is called embracing a tree. So that standing or sitting posture, we want our feet to be rooted, and really in whatever way works for you, feel the gravity pulling you down to the earth. If you want to envision tree roots going down wide, and then hands coming up, fingers facing each other. For a moment, do it wrong and bring your shoulders up. And you can feel how that's not very comfortable. So, shoulders down, relaxed. And knees are soft. And just turn your attention inward. Soften your eyes, soften your jaw. And reflect on the qualities of trees. Rooted, grounded, anchored, stable, flexible, generous, and just feel those qualities in yourself. And I will be quiet. If your mind wanders, come back to your breath. And keeping your attention inward, tune in to the energy of the other people here on Zoom in the room, the other trees in the forest, and just feel our group connection. Tune into that frequency for a moment. And now relax your hands down and move. That can be really good strength in your legs and arms to hold a posture like that. So we move from wood into fire, which is in our heart, in our chest. And so we do cloudy hands, hands at the level of your heart, just floating back and forth. Pay special attention to the palms of your hands. So you'll notice my elbows, my arms, do it for a moment like this, like make your arms really straight and just bring your arms out. And it actually feels kind of good to me, but this is not the flow that we're going for. So now bend your elbows, sink your knees, and now float your arms. My teacher Thich Nhat Hanh says our emotions are like clouds in a windy sky. They come and they go. Conscious breathing is my anchor. All right, so next time we're all on this side of the room, you're gonna drop your outer hand and then do that same float. And now switch your hands and float. And there's no specific breathing pattern associated with this. It's just kind of what feels good to you. And so I know many of us in the room practice meditation, watching our thoughts, watching our emotions. And that's kind of like this. Things just float by. We are not the clouds, we're the blue sky. And now for fun, I want you to turn this, but come over to this side of the room, and then turn that bottom hand. And so this is a Tai Chi move. You're holding a chi ball. So imagine you have this golden sparkly, bring your hands kind of closer together, about the size of a volleyball, and now float across and then turn the ball. There's no way to do this wrong. Don't think about it, have fun with it. And just see if you feel anything, and you can just kind of start playing as if you have a golden ball of energy in your hands. And feel your palms. A few more times. Let the ball get smaller and smaller, condensing the energy. And when you come to the center, now take that good beneficial energy and just bring it into your heart for a moment. Hand over the heart center, long, slow, deep inhale. Exhaling fully, feeling the warmth, kind of that self-compassion. And bringing your hands down. And we'll end with the earth element, which is in our belly. So hands facing down towards the earth. And imagine, if you will, for a moment, you have roots growing out of your hands, out of your feet, connecting you to the earth. And really feel your connection. And now we're going to exhale forward, pushing out any stress. Inhaling that beneficial earth energy, depositing it into our middle. Out through the nose, in through the nose. Out through the nose, in through the nose. Feeling your feet on the ground. Head is relaxed. Breath is relaxed. Three more times. Let's go even slower. And last one. Hand over hand on the abdomen, and just tune in. Do a short body scan. How are you feeling? What's changed? What feels new? What would like more attention? Quality of your emotions, quality of your thoughts. Long, slow, deep inhale. Full exhale. How does that feel? Compare this snapshot to when we started almost an hour ago. And we'll return the energy to our dantian, hands facing up. We dip into the earth, reach up towards the heavens, and let's go hand over hand down the midline, smoothing. And again, and just storing this energy that we've activated and cultivating, storing it into your reservoir. And one more time. Hand over hand, feet coming closer together. And we'll end with a short meditation, which you're welcome to do standing if you would like. You're welcome to do seated, if whatever is most comfortable for you. So getting into a beneficial posture. And just taking a moment to find a comfortable position, allowing your eyes to softly close and feel the weight of your body supported by the ground beneath you. Wiggle your toes a moment and just bring your attention down to the ground. And now feel the steady rhythm of your breath. And in your mind's eye, imagine beautiful, elegant candle. Flame is steady, softly flickering. And just notice that warm golden light it gives off. Can feel gentle heat And feel how the soft glow of the candle creates a circle of light all around it. And breathe in the warmth and safety of this light. Anything heavy or unwanted releases on the out breath. Dissolved into the flame, transformed by the heat. And with each breath, this light grows a little bit brighter, a little bit warmer, spreading outward, surrounding you in a protective field. And now, keeping your attention in, open up your receptors to become aware of the other people that have done Qigong. And tune in to the field of light that we've created. And see this light grow a little brighter, sending out the warmth, creating a large protective field. Tune into that frequency. And now we'll take a moment to send that light out. Could be to a specific person you know that's in need. Could be groups of people, could be surrounding the earth or places on earth. And let's just do that intentionally. And now bringing your attention back to your breath. This light, returning your attention to your candle, this light is yours, it moves with you, always present. And let your attention come back to the room. And keep, if possible, keep your attention really anchored, deeply anchored in your body. Feel your feet. Can wiggle your toes a little bit, butterfly your knees. When you're ready, let your eyes slowly open, but keep that energy in a little bit. And if you want to do a little gentle stretch, stir that in. And we will end our time together, as we always do, dedicating the merit of our practice. If you want to join me, the words are, may the merit of our practice benefit all beings and bring peace. May the merit of our practice benefit all beings and bring peace. Thank you, everybody. Such a beautiful practice today. I love how Joy, our little doggy, is like, okay, class is over. That is sweet. Thank you, thank you. There's no class next week. If anybody here in the room has time to help us set up chairs for the event tonight, that would be most welcome. And thank you all. Nice to be together. Take care. Bye, Marcia, Ruth, Susan, Anita, Christy, Jane. Be well, friends.